Well, welcome everybody. It's great to see you. And it is Sunday, September 22nd, uh, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, or whatever time it happens to be where you are watching, because you are watching right now. It is time for the Imaginators. And so we are really happy to have you with us. Those of you that are here, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. Just a couple of quick things. It will just be myself today. Matt has to take care of some things with where he is living, and Robert, as you know, is on his way to Hungary and Points Beyond to help promote the company and meet up with his team over there in Europe. So it will just be me today. It will, we'll just go over a couple of things. If you have any questions, let's go ahead and I will do my best to answer them for you. Of course, I appreciate the fact that you are here and spending your time with me today on this Sunday. So just to let you know, we have 8,616 subscribers, and thank you for helping us out. It's all because of you that we're building and growing this channel and getting out the word to people with ears that hear. And got to give also a shout out. I know he's here. He doesn't have his camera on yet, but Scott McAvoy. Oh, there it is. He's coming in right now. Once again, a shout out to you. Thank you so very much for joining us here. He is an Imaginator and an Inner Circle person. And of course, if you're only an Imaginator, that's okay. We love you. We appreciate you. But if you want to join the Inner Circle, which is another level, we go in more deeper and stuff, go ahead and click or go to roberthollis.com/join. If you're watching us on YouTube, click the join button below the video here. Excuse me. And you can join there. And then what you would do is say, okay, I want to join Inner Circle, which gets you both Imaginators and Inner Circle. So, and then make your adjustments appropriate there. So, I'm not going to waste any more time. I do want to also give it up to Arthur for being here, and for helping us so much. I actually, in a sense, all right, now that I think about it, because I did plan for it, but if you want to join me on this one, Arthur, too, you can. I was thinking about tomorrow. And tomorrow is, of course, Monday. And with that starts a brand new week, or, well, kind of tonight if you are a trade star. And trading starts. Go ahead, Arthur.
In 3 hours it starts.
In 3 hours. Okay. And that's for the London group, right?
Asian.
Or, the Asian group. Okay. That's right, because they come first, then London, then us in the day rotation.
So the new day starts at the Asian market. So the week starts in 3 hours.
Got it. So I'm going to go ahead and just spotlight you really quick here, Arthur, and do that. There we go. So, and I'm glad that you're helping me with this, because there's a reason for it, and I'm glad that you're here. So, starting in about 3 hours from now, doesn't matter where you are, but 3 hours from now, the Asian market starts trading. And I believe, if everything works right, because Joel probably will be home, if not, he will still be working on some trades for tonight, right?
I think he's still in London from looking at his stories.
Okay.
It looks like he's still in London, but he's probably still going to be throwing some trades out. The market will get going. We'll probably see a trade come out from him after he looks at it for maybe 45 minutes to an hour after the market opens.
Okay. So these are the things that you kind of have to be aware of, because if we are doing the trade stars and we are doing trading, obviously, we want to be there as much as we possibly can. So, between now and then and tomorrow, and there's a reason why I'm saying tomorrow, because I would very highly recommend that you watch the Learn from the Experts video that we did with Joel Arias. And then I would also watch how to set up a trade alert from Joel Arias that Arthur did, because he goes through the steps, pardon me, he goes through the steps on how to use your phone, and it looks really really good. It will really help you those initial steps once Joel calls a trade. And something that I'm going to say, thank you again, Arthur, for doing this. When you look at that, when Arthur is talking about uh, the first, was it the take profit, the first take profit that you're supposed to do, it's actually TP5. When you
Hmm.
look at the links on your phone, I'm going to go ahead and go to one of them. Now, if you can see it, TP5 is the one that's down here on the bottom. There it is. Okay. So that's what you're looking at, as well as the entry point and the stop loss. So those are the three first items, in addition to the lot size. In addition to the lot size, the three first items that you need to note when Joel sends out his trade alert, because he's already got that planned out, right, Arthur?
He doesn't have the trade alerts planned out. He's probably going to look at the market, wait till it starts getting a little active so that he can analyze it,
Mm-hmm.
and then he'll send out a trade alert.
Okay, so and this is I'm glad that you're helping me with this, because I'm going to give it my shot for come Monday, if not tonight, but my first shot trading with Joel, because mostly I've done tap to trade. I've done okay. I've lost $340. I'm going to be honest, from my 25,000 initial. So please, I would recommend that you go through those steps. And very good, Daniel. Thank you very much for posting that in the Zoom chat. Um, and then understand. And then what I would say is, I think it's around 19 minutes in the Learn from the Experts. Pay close attention to that part where Joel explains how to, whether or not, if you're in the positive or the negative, where you are right now. Now, I'm in the negative, so I'm going to take his plan and use it in the negative. But if you're in the positive, go for it and follow those steps. There are a lot of things that I did miss. I'm honest. A lot of things I missed when I first uh, watched that video. But with Arthur's help, I was able to locate some of this stuff, in particular, the TP5 or where to take the profit, because the other items are approximate, Arthur, correct me if I'm wrong, for where those are like the take partials, correct? The TP2, 3, 4.
If you want to, but if his plan is if you are in the positive, then you can take a partial at TP1 if you want, or you can wait till you get to TP2 and then you take a partial and move your stop loss to your break even or your entry point. If you're in the negative, then you have to take a partial when it hits TP1 and then move your stop loss to your entry point. That way, you're always going to be in the positive and you won't lose money because you're moving your stop loss, so you're not going to lose money on that trade.
Yes, excellent. And he even says, yes, I am about five trades away from being green, and that is my goal. And besides, I'm going to take up Robert on his challenge, Daniel, about trying to beat him to the punch. I'm going to try. It's a goal. Okay, so that's where and I'm posting these links here in the Zoom chat. So I would definitely recommend taking the time to watch these videos and playing with it. In other words, in your mind or on your phone, using your phone as a foundation, like I showed you. Just look at the trade alerts and how it's set up. And my phone is an Android. I think the same thing, maybe the same similar setup, might be for an iPhone. I don't know. Arthur, do you have an iPhone or is it an Android?
It's an Android, but you can also do these from your computer. I find it easier to do it from my computer, especially if I have multiple trades open. It's a lot quicker because I can click on them and edit them a lot faster than on my phone going from screen to screen.
Okay, very
Uh,
good. And I think you can follow those trades on Trade Locker, right?
yeah, I'll have like Trade Locker open up on one tab, and then I'll have another tab open up on my browser for Akashics, and it will have the trade alerts window open. So I will just
Okay,
so I'll just flip back and forth between the Akashics to see what it came in at, and then I'll go to Trade Locker and then I'll click the buy and then set the stop loss and the take profit.
perfect. So either way, that's how we got to do it one time or another. I mean, the nice thing is that we have a 10% loss overall when it comes to losing the challenge. So I'm going to figure, since I'm just only down $340, might as well go for something and see how it works. And that's the only way that we're going to be able to work this, is if we are actually doing something.
Yeah,
So,
you need to take more action, and the more trades that you take, the more comfortable you'll be at it, and you'll start just taking them like it's like it's nothing. Like it's gonna be like riding a bike, you know. You're just gonna be doing it just all on your own. Which part did
right.
you want me to repeat, Lisa? The taking the
I think
moving
she
of the
was,
stop loss?
I think the partial, I mean, I know that it's there at least on the cell phone. I did find that, and that's part of the editing. That's why I'm asking everybody, if you're using your cell phone, to look at how to set up a trade alert from Joel Arias that Arthur did recently. Um, I think you can set either the percentage of your take partial, or do you set
It's not a
like a
percentage,
number?
it's a number. So if you have like a lot size, say you're doing a 0.02 lot size and you're going to take a partial, all you would do is take half of that. You're going to close out half of the lot size. So you would type in that box when it pops up, 0.01, and then you click close. It's going to close half the lot, and you're going to be left with half a lot open. So you're going to have a 0.01 open, and that will continue on with the trade, and hopefully it goes to TP3, TP4, and you'll make some more money.
Okay. Well then, Lisa, we'll bring you in because I see that your hand is up. So give us a moment here, okay? Thank you. Um, so essentially, as I am saying, please, since we are about 3 hours from opening of the Asian market. I would recommend learning from the experts, again, watching it, paying close attention to it. And I would also ask that you look at the how to set up a trade from that Arthur did, because he helps you in a very good way to set things up so you're not confused, because there's a lot of things on the pages, and that's what confused me. So I was glad that he was able to record it, and then we were able to identify each item, at least on the cell phone. And I'm sure it's pretty close on the computer, correct, Arthur?
Yeah, there's a partial button on the computer. When you have a trade open,
Hmm.
you'll see a button to click for partial. And you can close out part of the lot, however much you wanted to close out.
Okay. And it's just basically watching and following and experimenting so you find out where everything is at this time. Um, the
Yeah.
other thing, the other thing I would say is, watch the interview with Arthur that we did on Friday. That was an amazing interview. And Arthur, thank you so very much for joining us on the podcast, because, um, if you watched the AMAs yesterday, we also did a follow up with Arthur there. What a great opportunity to show people who just start from the beginning, like you did.
Hmm.
And just by following the steps from a documented mentor, aka Joel, as well as Robert, of course, but from somebody who's documented, and look at the success that you've had.
I know. And look at the group, how many people are passing their phase ones. How many people, there's like more people getting funded now, and they're following the way that Joel trades.
Yeah. So I know that Robert said in the Tap to Trades that, we should be following Javed and Javed Khan, Joel Arias, uh, or no, not Joel
John
Arias,
Leal.
John Leal. Thank you,
Yep.
John Leal. Yeah. So, those are the key people for Tap to Trades, but those are not as there aren't as many of those, and there's a lot of other people doing Tap to Trades. So, here's where Robert's documentation beats conversation is so important in Yes Melody, success leaves clues. We follow the people who are successful, and we have to be patient.
Well, here's the thing about some of those other tap to traders that I do. On my phone, I have on my trade locker all my indicators set up. If you haven't watched anything about the indicators, you can go watch Joel's video how to set those up. But it pretty much tells me where the market is going and where to find the buy points and where to find the sell points. But good, I what I do when I do get the tap to trades from some of the other traders and I'm already in a trade. That just tells me I'm using their tap to trade as an indicator that this is probably a good trade and it's going to be going up from here because I have another educator who's putting out a tap to trade for the same trade I'm already in. Uh, so that will tell me, okay, I'm not going to take a partial. I'm just going to let it ride a bit longer before I do take a partial. So I make more profit that way.
Okay, there you go. And Arthur has success in doing that. So, yes, exactly, Daniel. Thank you very much. And Scott, no, it's not Chaka Khan. Come on. All right, I'll give you the A for the effort and the pun. So there you go. So yeah, and I would say definitely follow those people. That's who I'm following. That's who I believe Arthur is following, and Arthur is successful. Robert's successful. So let's do that. Let's follow the documented people, and let's get those successes under our belts. The other thing that, and kind of what Arthur had mentioned just a moment ago, the other thing I would recommend is tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, or whatever time it happens to be where you are, because you're watching us at that, or well, whatever time you are watching at that time. Joel Arias is planning to do a live session. And Arthur, I want you to reiterate this, please. Why is it so important to watch the live session from Joel?
Well, you can watch the replay too, as long as you watch it like the same day, because he's giving you a market overview of what the week will hold, what's going to happen throughout the week, what he thinks is going to happen, what's going to go on with gold. Um, I missed one of those, and I was like, oh, I will watch it later. Oh, it's not that important. Well, I lost $4,800 that Thursday because I didn't watch the Monday video that he said gold was going to be going up. So I took some sell trades from some other tap to trade people, and I lost because they were calling trades that they were saying gold was going to go down because at that point, the highest that gold ever went was 25.31, and that was the highest ever. So nobody, all the other traders were like, well, it's got to come down, it can't be up way up there. And it just went right past that to 25.60 and just kept going.
And that is the reason why you had such a great day this week. Great days, I
Yes.
should say, right?
Yes, because I did watch it this time, and I knew that gold was going to keep going up because I watched Joel's video. He mentioned in there that gold was going to dip down to 25.65, 25.60 area, which it did. It went all the way down, and that was one of his stop losses that he lost on the pips, was that it went past the 25.65 and went down to 25.54 or something like that. um, which that was at the point when I came in. I got home and I saw his trade alert, oh, 30 minutes ago. And then I look at the price and it's 25.54. I clicked a buy because it was already 10 uh, $10 less than what his last entry was, and his hit the stop loss, but I bought at such a low point that I just let those ones ride all the way up.
Okay. But you were confident enough to do that
Yeah,
because
because
you knew what
I
you were doing.
Well, yeah, and he said that it was going to drop down, but eventually it's going to be going back up probably to a new all-time high. Whenever he puts like what was it, Thursday, during the Asian market, he put out a trade alert on our inner circle call. After the inner circle call, he put out another trade alert, and I was like, well, that's weird. It's the same trade, almost the same entry point, but he put in little notes in there that said ATH, all-time high. And I'm like, oh, he probably looked at gold and he knows that it's going to be going to an all-time high now. So I doubled down and took another trade at that point for the same entry price. So I had two trades going. Um, and then about 3, 4 hours later, at like 10 or 11 o'clock at night for me, he put out another trade alert with an even higher TP5. So I took that trade too. So I had those three trades going. They went all night long, and it got me to $2,800 just for those three trades.
Okay. Now, I'm going to caveat that is we are learning. Arthur has been studying this and really working hard on this to understand what to do like that, okay? But the bottom line is let's take this all step by step. And
Sure.
I'm sure in the beginning, Arthur, you did do that, right? You didn't kind of go off on your own and experiment. You just like, okay, I'm going to follow him until I feel comfortable. And
Well, you
then,
if you go back to like some of the videos, early videos when I was getting started, I told Robert that I was testing out all the traders. Um, I was testing them all out with smaller lot sizes, but I was just trying to see who's the winners are. So I took trades on all of them. And then I finally narrowed it down to just Joel.
right. But even then, as you were learning, you didn't kind of, I don't want to say going rogue, but you didn't go on your own. You still kind of followed the, what is it, the procedures
Yeah.
that Joel set up until you felt comfortable to start taking maybe some different steps, but still maintaining what he shared, right?
Yeah. So I've taken just about every single trade alert that he puts out. But I also take some extra trades, and people are like, well, how do you know? Well, I have indicators set up on my trade locker that tell me. Um, I watched Matthew Figure's video about him setting up his indicators. It's what his scanner is based off of, the five different indicators, the Bollinger Bands, the uh, exponential moving average, the stock indicator, and the RSI indicator. Basically, when they're all like hitting the red on the bottom, that's probably a good entry to buy. When it's hitting the blue way on the top, then it's a good entry to sell. But gold is in an uptrend right now, so I'm probably not going to do any sell trades because you there's a good chance that you'll lose money, especially when gold is trending up. So don't take any sell trades.
Okay, so and that's another thing. Even though um, obviously we're going to be just following Joel. I mean, at least I'm assuming most of us will. I know I will. Uh, and he's usually buying, correct?
He only puts out buy trades
Okay,
and he only puts out gold trades. So
okay.
whenever you see a trade alert come from him, you can feel confident to know that, okay, this is a buy trade.
And you'll know if it's a buy trade when you look, at least on your cell phone, in the upper right corner, it will be green and it will say buy.
Yeah. I think on your
Okay.
phone, I think it's blue, but either way, it'll say buy.
Yeah.
It'll say buy market.
Yeah. See, mine says, mine's showing green. But
Yes.
this is this is somebody else's, but that's at least what it shows on my phone. And then the cells are in red or orange.
Yep.
Okay.
Sandy saying, please repeat whose video that was about setting up the indicator. It was Matthew Thayer's. 2 weeks ago, he went over his indicators and what he looked at for market structure. When he's talking about market structure, he's looking at those indicators. So just go watch the video from Matthew Thayer, how he looks at those indicators and get the indicators set up. I have them saved on my phone. Um, at the top of your trade locker, it probably says unnamed. I click saved and I named mine. Mine just says Arthur wins. So it's my profile that has all of my indicators will pop up on my trade locker when I open it up.
And you could probably find that under the session replays on the Akashics app,
Yeah.
especially on the computer, on the PC.
Joel tells you how to set up your indicators too. There's he sets up three different EMAs. One's a 20 candle EMA, which is just giving him a direction of where the market is going. He also sets up a 200 candle EMA, which is the last 200 candles and where the gold was. If you're looking at like the median price of whatever gold is, and it's below like the EMA, there's at some point the median is going to go back up to the EMA. So that gives you an indicator that the price of gold is going to go up. If it's above the EMA, then there's a good chance that it will come back down at some point to meet that EMA and probably past it, so that it will be coming back down in price.
Now, EMA means what?
Exponential moving average.
Okay. All right.
It's just the price of like the last however many candles that you set. So Joel has three EMAs. One is 20, one is 200, and I forget what the other one is. Let me see. 99, the last 99 candles.
Okay. I'm trying to find something here because I want to show people. Now, when I think I had that saved, I don't see it. All right. I got it here. Now, when Arthur is talking about a candle,
It's
okay,
just the red and the green things that you're looking at there.
that's a
Yes.
candle. You see those? And you see how it looks like, especially on the one on the far right, it looks like that's a wick on the top. That's the range.
And see
The
that 5M right there? That means it's a 5-minute candle. So each one of those candles are 5 minutes.
So every 5 minutes, that's how quickly the trade is, or at least this measurement is on the phone. So that's what he's referring to when he talks about candles and when they do talk about candles. So there we go. Um, and so, anyways, what I would suggest is tomorrow you go to the Akashics website. Let me do this here really quick. And there you can see tomorrow, Monday, Joel Arias starts at 10 a.m. Pacific. Now, this is set up as a Pacific time. And what I did is based on the educator, I went and I soloed Joel as the educator. Oftentimes, when you see this particular page where it's on live sessions, uh, it will it will just be everybody, like you see right there. So since if we want to find out when Joel's doing his, then just go ahead solo on Joel. If you want to find out when uh, John Leal is doing his, there they are, and so on. So just letting you know about that on the Akashics website.
I think
Um,
he's doing one tomorrow. He hasn't sent in he'll send in Telegram if he's not. I imagine he's still over there in London, and he's probably going to go to Budapest here real soon since he's already over there.
okay. So we will wait and see. And hopefully you are on the Telegram group for the Akashics community where he is and following that as well. Let's see here. I'm not sure about first half in Spanish, Lisa Marie. So
He does usually two sessions. First half is usually in Spanish. The second half is in English.
there we go.
Um, he calls them hybrid sessions, but you stick around, and the first half is anywhere from could be as short as like 5 or 10 minutes, and then the second half is like 5, 10 minutes. So, and
Okay.
some of them are longer, they go 20, 30 minutes. So
So essentially what Arthur is saying and what we're learning is that, in addition to making sure that we know how to set things up, let's watch these Monday morning videos that Joel is sharing with us because it helps us to get through the week. And I
yes,
think that is a great thing to do. Since we are part of the Trade Stars and we want to take this seriously, let's take the time to do that. Anything else, Arthur, that you'd like to add?
Uh, nope, I was just answering questions for you.
Awesome. Well, if you don't mind hanging around, let's
Yeah.
see, because I see that we, I guess, answered Lisa Marie's question. So that'll be good. Yes, Daniel, it gives you a bird's eye view of the week ahead based on obviously Joel's successes. And that's what we want is we want to get as many successes as possible. So, Sandy, I see that your hand is up. Why don't you go ahead and come on board with us and share what you would like to share? And yeah, go for it.
Okay. Well, here, let me put my hand back down. There we go. So
I got you.
first, I just have a quick question, I hope that Arthur knows this answer. Otherwise, I will go bug Joel. Um, so I've been doing my lots as point zero 0.01, but when I go to take partial, it closes me right out. So should I put that in as point zero 0.02 and then lower it down to point zero 0.01 when I do my partial? Peter's telling me yes.
Well, the thing with the um, when you're taking partials or setting what your lot size is, it doesn't go 3 decimal points out. So
Okay.
that's probably why there's like
Okay.
it can't go any less than that.
Okay,
Uh,
that's what I was thinking when it closed me out all the way, and I was like, "Fuck, oops!" I was like, "Damn, I didn't want that to happen," but
yeah,
it did. The second thing is that I really, really want to thank you a lot because I've been really watching what you're doing and listening to what you're saying. And so the other night I was up $700, and I was so proud of myself because I had my phone sitting right next to me so I could hear Joel's alerts going off while I was sleeping. I didn't have my Bluetooth on with my meditation going. And so I was up $700, but then I thought I was going to be smart and I took somebody's sell trade on gold, and yeah, went back down 300. So that
I
wasn't
told
very
you.
smart. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. If you watched his Monday call, I knew that gold was trending up, so I'm not going to take any sell trades from these other traders who are putting out sell trades. And here's the other thing is they're putting out sell trades. If you watch Javed Khan's video about the way the movement of the market, it goes in phase one, phase two, phase one, phase two, phase one, phase two. He shows it on a chart. So these other traders, they're guessing that gold is going to be going down because it's really, really high. Um, but if gold is trending up, they're just catching it on a phase two where it's only dropping maybe $2 or $3, but then it's going to go back up, back into phase one.
Okay. So that
So
answers my
that's where you
question.
got caught. That's where you got caught
That's where I
was
got caught. Yeah. So I'm gonna start putting my trades at point two so I can start taking partials out of there. That was my question. Thank you.
no problem.
Thank you, Sandy. Okay, so I just want to take it a little further. And Sandy, hang on for just a moment,
Okay.
please. So, Arthur, and I noticed that Daniel has said in the chat that partials are zero point 0.1, zero point 0.02, or zero point 0.05, right? Or am I incorrect in understanding what you just shared about the lot size being zero point 0.1?
It can't go down any less than 0.01 because it doesn't go out 3 decimal points. So you can't put in 0.005.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. But you
so
can go,
what
because,
he
go ahead.
so if he has like a 0.05, you can type when you want to close like a partial on that, you can put point 0.02
Three or two?
or yeah, and then you'll close out that much of that lot. So if you close out 0.02, then what you would have left with the of that trade is 0.03.
Okay. Because the other question that I had and is in using the calculator, the
Right.
lot size calculator. I'm going to go ahead and let's see. I had played with that a little while ago. Let me try to get to that. Okay. So I'm going to just show you what I have. And if you can explain it a little bit,
Okay.
because I'm trying to understand, and I did the how things were set up properly. You know, I did followed Joel's process that he shared in the Learn from the Experts video, which I posted in the Zoom chat, and I will post it in the on YouTube in the post description below once we finish today. So there is the lot size calculator. Now, we obviously, according to what Joel said, we want to risk 0.1%. Now, at least for me, because I have a 25,000 balance. Or, well, it's not my balance as it is now, but that's what I started with. And then he goes, okay, in there, once you put your risk, then you need to calculate the lot size. So you go
Well,
here.
before you do that,
Okay.
look at so your open price is 26.22, but your stop loss is really huge.
Okay. Well,
He would
I'm
never have that big of a stop loss, so I would change that because that's going to affect your lot size.
right, of course. Okay. So
So
go
change
ahead
that
and
to like 26 11.
okay.
That would be a stop loss that he would put in.
Okay.
And then click calculate.
Okay, perfect. So once you have the open price, that okay, and I just want to make sure before I do that, Arthur, and boy, thank you so much for helping us with this. So the open price is the EP
Yes.
on that. Okay, the stop loss price is the SL.
Yep.
Okay, and then this is your account balance, whatever it is you enrolled in.
Correct.
And what Joel Arias recommends is a risk of 0.1, correct?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, perfect. And I'm just making sure this is for that everybody understands this. So we're going to
So click
calculate.
and
Okay.
click that question mark.
So you see the units trade and the money at risk now is $25. So now I hit the question mark
And then click calculate again.
and
There's your lot size.
okay, so my lot size when I enter the buy on the trade, at least on the phone, would be 0.02, correct?
Correct.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure of. Obviously, since it doesn't go out more than 2 spaces, I can't enter the 2.2.
Yeah.
So it'd be 0.02. That's my lot size based on what I have, at least based on what his open price is, what his stop loss is, what my account balance is, and what he suggests is the risk.
Yep.
Excellent. So does that help? Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Sandy. I appreciate you. And that's all I wanted to go over that calculator because it is important to understand that as well as everything else that we are doing here. Obviously Arthur's taken a lot of time to help us to do this and to learn it and to help us with this. And Joel has taken a lot of time, I think close to 8 years, to be where he is. So we're just neophytes on this. And I know that we're all excited to learn, and Lord grant me the patience, but I want it now. I don't like saying that anymore, but that's what it is. That's what it is. And we all want to get there. Yeah, I see you, Peter. Yeah. So, we all want to get there and we all want to get there quick. But again, it's all about being patient and learning and doing it right the first time. And now Arthur has gone through 2 times where he wasn't so patient. And so, You know what? His experience, we are learning from because
I just say I was testing things
there
out.
you go. There you go. So we have someone who's tested. Let's hope that you don't test but that you have learned from others' challenges. I'm not going to say mistakes. Learn from others' challenges. And we will all do better because of that. So I'm going to go ahead and thank you, Sandy, very much for sharing that with us. Lisa Marie, okay, go ahead, open up and share with us. What would you like to bring up?
I don't know why I've got this stuck in my head. And maybe it was from a video from one of the educators before we started following Joel. I don't know. But at what point do you set up all your take profits? Because otherwise you are sitting there watching these trades. And okay, so tell me, do you set up 4 or 5 different partial
trade.
trades?
Nope, one trade. So
Okay.
if he puts out a trade alert, you hit the buy button for the entry. You
Mm-hmm.
can go in there and you can put in the stop loss and the take profit. You take
Right.
his last, you take the last take profit. That's the one you're
Okay.
going to use.
That's
And then you
Okay.
put,
TP5.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
or it might be TP4. He might not even have a
Yeah,
TP5.
sometimes it's
It's
Just put
whatever
in the
that
four.
last,
last number is there in the
Yeah.
row,
yeah,
then, right?
use
Okay.
that one and
Okay.
then put in the stop loss. The only time that you're going in there and taking partials or moving the stop loss to your break even, so it's a free trade, is
Right.
you're looking out for the alert coming from Telegram saying hit TP1, hit
Okay,
TP2.
got you.
So he's
Ding,
watching the
ding,
trade.
ding. Okay,
He's
got it.
watching the trade. So just pay attention to the Telegram because
Okay.
he's watching the trade to make sure it hits TP1, TP2 to notify everybody, hey,
Hey.
this trade hit TP1.
Okay. Because I'm thinking every time he's sending out one, we're supposed to put in another trade, but that is just the update to the
Yes.
original.
I think
And
a good way
now,
to I think a good way to look at that is when he goes trade alert means the trade is either active or becoming active. Trade update means something
right.
that is already in process. And he even
And
said it in his Learn from the Experts video. You only take one trade. That's not five
okay.
trades. And that was something that I had to realize too. Those are,
Okay.
he is saying take profit
Right.
within the
Okay.
one
He's
trade.
telling us to go in there and manually close or partial that out, right? Isn't that the only way
Right,
that you
Arthur? Wait a
can
minute.
do
Right,
it?
Arthur?
So if you're asking if you go in there manually and chain or take the partial and move the stop loss, yes.
Yes.
So
Okay.
if your account is in the negative,
Right.
like Craig is, so say Craig took a trade today and he set it all up the way that it's supposed to be, and he all of a sudden gets an alert, hit TP1. So Craig, that's an indication for Craig to say, oh, let me open up my trade locker. Let me click edit. Let me go down and I will click the partial button, close out half of that lot, move the stop loss to my break even, and
Mm-hmm.
then he's done.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
now it's a free risk-free trade for him. It might go back down and hit his entry point, and then he's done with the trade. But he still
Okay.
closed out half of that lot, and he made money on it.
And do you hit every update? Do you go out and partial close that? Every
I
single one?
Well, my account is in the positive, like a
Yours
lot
is
in the
different,
positive.
right?
So I will usually, when he sends out the TP1, I don't take a partial. Uh, I will either take a partial at TP2 or I will let it run a little bit longer, a little bit over TP2, and then I'll
Okay.
take a partial and move my stop loss.
Can you not take a partial but move your stop loss? Can
You
you
can
do
not take
that?
a partial at all if you wanted to and just let it ride all the way up
Okay, but
to
you
where it
can
hits
change your
TP3.
stop
But
loss at any time. You could keep moving that up, correct?
yeah, you can move the stop loss
Okay.
as it's moving up, but just leave enough room for gold to move because remember it goes in phases. Phase one, phase two, phase one, phase two. So you don't want to keep inching it up close to where it might hit and close out the trade.
Got you.
Um,
Yeah.
And that's where I think,
I think that's where
Lisa,
I screwed
you
up.
follow what Joel's updates are.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Don't do anything else, please.
No, I don't. In
Yeah.
fact, I've
So
been doing that, but I have not
perfect.
been doing the keep bringing that stop loss up. But now, isn't that the difference between Joel's trades and anybody else's? He has such a huge, um, sometimes it's quite a hefty loss. And but
uh,
it needs room to play. So
yeah,
that's why it's so low, right?
Gold needs room to breathe, I guess you would call it.
Okay, that makes
Because it
sense.
has these like swings going up and down, so it needs room to do that.
Right,
Sometimes it swings in the wrong direction. He doesn't have a crystal ball. He can't say, "Oh, it's definitely going up and then it goes down." And that's when
right,
you'll see people like put a thumbs down like on his trade. It's like, he can't tell the future. He's just
right.
reading and analyzing what the market is doing and
Yeah.
using an
Because
educated.
sometimes too, Arthur, when you do move your stop loss to break even or whatever, sometimes that takes me out of a trade too.
That's fine too, because then
Even,
now you're
the
secured.
fluctuation.
You
Why
secured
do
your
you want to
profits.
lose?
You
Well,
secured your
that's just it.
profits.
I'm just making sure I'm understanding this correctly, Craig. That's all. So that's why
Well,
I'm,
I think if I may, Lisa Marie, I think you're taking it a little too far, especially if you're being a novice to this. Okay, my opinion, please, forgive me. Follow what Joel Arias
okay.
does. I
Yeah,
think
I'm
that is
good.
your best bet, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to even question, like Robert
I'm
says,
not,
why question the success?
I'm good. Thanks, guys.
But here's
All
the
right.
thing, Lisa, is if it does go down and hit that stop loss, then you're out of the trade, but you already took a partial on that. So you have a bit of a profit off of that. But now you released and don't have the equity tied up in a trade. You have all of your equity because you have no trades open now, and you don't have any risk anymore for taking the next trade.
Okay. Very good. Thank you very much, Lisa Marie. Appreciate that. Okay. Peter and Linda, I see your hand is up. Let's go ahead, unmute, and please share with us. Oh, they're
Hello,
driving
can you
again.
guys? Yeah, we're driving again. She's driving. I'm talking. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Can you set it up the way that you were yesterday with the sound?
Yes, we'll do that. Let me just do that right now because it is my Bluetooth is not. How does that sound?
Ah, much better. Thank you.
Okay. Quick, let me just switch it over here to my speaker. And there it is. Okay.
Okay, good. We can hear you much better. So go ahead.
There we go. I can hear you. All right. So I just wanted to say that for us, what we do is, or what I'm doing is, I take Joe's trade, and when I take Joe's trade, I end up putting like either a 0.02 because I'm using two accounts. One is the prop account, and the other one's our real account. So when I use our real account, I actually use a 0.02 lot. And then what ends up happening is as it goes past the TP1, when it hits the TP2, I actually move when it hits the TP1, I move it to the break even spot. But once it hits TP2, I just move it to the TP1, and I just ride that stop loss.
Oh, sorry about that. Go ahead.
My take profit is ridiculously large. I put it at a really high or low rate depending on which way it's going, and I just ride my stop loss. I just keep moving it up and up and up or down and down. And that's what I do. And as soon as it comes back down, it knocks me out of the trade, but it knocks me out in profit. That's all that matters. Well,
yeah. And that's and that's great. But again, I'm going to emphasize that for us that are starting out learning, yes. Until we have the confidence, because I don't have the confidence.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's do that. We can go ahead and go do that on our own.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you. In fact, Joel even says that, particularly on both, whether you're in the positive or in the negative, that, the first thing that you want to do as soon as you get up to a certain point on a take profit or on TP, then you set the stop loss at break even.
Yes.
And so you're not going to lose money. And then you set the stop loss, or you set the take profit and the stop loss one lower after that. If again, I'm going to really emphasize, watch the learn to trade with
yes.
from the experts, because yes. Joel does an excellent job of explaining that. And it's about 19 minutes into the video.
Yeah, we were actually present to that one, and it was really great. I've actually forwarded to a couple of our friends who joined the Akashic, so we forwarded to them and made them watch it.
Yeah, because once they know, and Lisa Marie, please, I don't mean this, I don't mean to be hard on you with this, but we are learning. And that is the most important thing here, is that we follow the path that is set forward by the people who are documented. So that is the reason why I want to emphasize, especially here on Imaginators, that just do the steps that Joel is sharing with us and that help to make Arthur the trade star that he is.
Way to go, Arthur. I really appreciate everything you're saying and doing. Everything you're talking about it's to me it's just reminding me of what I used to know, and the way you teach it. It's very nicely. I enjoy listening to the way you teach it because of just you have a nice serene voice, and it makes me focus into what you're saying. So the way you explain things, I really enjoy it. That's that. Thank you very much, Arthur.
You're
I
welcome.
haven't got a chance to watch that video you did because we've been busy with her mother-in-law visiting Colombia. So that's why we've been a little absent lately. But mom is here. We're enjoying her time, and so we really got to watch that video. And actually, we're gonna watch it right after this. Actually,
Sounds good. Anything else?
no, that's it. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate everything that you guys are doing. We really love this. We really thank everything that you guys are doing and the way you guys are helping us and supporting us in becoming better than we were yesterday. So,
Awesome. Thank you so very, very much, Peter and Linda. Love you guys.
love you.
All right. Arthur, I don't see anybody else's hand up. Is there anything else that you would like to share with us?
I made the withdrawal video. It's pending now, my withdrawal. So I'm just waiting for it to pop into my Cash App, and then I'll make another video saying, "Hey, look, it's in there." But
Oh, right.
I took a withdrawal out of $5,000, so that's what Joel told me to take out of there. He's like, "Take $5,000 out of there." I'm like, but then that'll drop me down to 14,000, which I'm still over the 10%, which is fine, because I wanted to be 10% for this month, 10% for next month, 10% for the next
That's
month
right, because
after
you want
that.
that bonus.
I do, yeah.
So, in other words, all right, I'm going to ask you now that you've brought that up. When you do take the withdrawal,
Yes.
you can withdraw all of that if you'd like, correct?
Yeah, I had up to whatever your percentage or your split is. So mine's a 90-10 split because I paid for that add-on when I
That's right. That's
purchased
the
my
100,000
my
account,
fund.
right?
Yeah. So it says in my back office that my total withdrawal amount is like 17,400 or something like that dollars. Um, so I withdrew 5,000 of that. So that leaves me with 13,000 in there.
So, okay, the idea then for this special promotion that you're talking about, as long as you maintain your 10,000 profit, that's the 10% from the 100,000, then
Yes.
and you maintain that at the end of 3 months. It may go
I
up
have
or
to
down,
get
but
No, I have to get 10% next month too. So I have to increase it 10 more percent.
ah,
And then the month after that, I have to increase it another 10%. So I'm going to be up to like 130 something thousand before I can get that extra $50,000 boost.
excellent. That's okay. So it's a compounding thing, kind of like what making the challenge is, right? Because
Yeah.
with the challenge, you've got to go 10% above your start point and then 8% above that
Well, they
once you
say
meet.
8%, but it's 5% on the challenge accounts. If you look when you're taking a challenge, it's only
Mhm.
five. So you grow it 10%, then you grow it another five, and then you've passed your challenge. So if you want this extra bonus on the higher, it's only available on the 100,000 and the $200,000
Right.
accounts where they'll give the extra boost. If you grow your account 10% for 3 consecutive months, they'll give you an extra $50,000 of capital to work with. So that's what my goal and aim is one, to get that, and two, I'm going to be the first in the company to do it.
Wow. So thank you for documenting everything about this because this is going to be
Yeah.
exciting. And of course, the fact that you're a trade star and you're doing this,
Well, when
wow.
Robert brought it up to Josh, Josh was asking, well, why does he need 10%? And then I screenshotted the FAQs on TradeX Mastery, and I sent that over to him. He said, and then Robert sent me what Josh had told him. He said, "Oh, he's like, nobody's done that before." I'm like, "Well, I'll be the first."
Being the trailblazer that you are.
Yes.
Thank you. One last thing before we close out today's Imaginators. Melody asked a question: does the calculator work on a negative account too? Yes, it does.
Yes.
Because you have
You
to
just
set
put
the
your
lot
amount
size.
in there. You just put whatever your negative account is. So if you're like Craig, you put 24,000 whatever in there, and then it will calculate out. But it's going to be pretty close to whatever lot size he just calculated. So you would just probably still use the 0.02.
That's what I'm going to do right now. Yeah, it would be. It still comes up as 0.02, even though it's 0.0. It was
Yeah.
0.02122. When I changed it to what my current account balance is, it changed it to 0.0217. So if it only
Yeah,
goes
so
out
it's pretty
two
close.
spots, yeah. So awesome. Okay.
The calculator
link to the
pie is in your back office under the resources, I think. Or tools.
Tools. Yeah, tools. It's in the so go onto the website and it's right there. So all right.
They don't have it on the app. You have to go to the site to do it.
Yeah. So at least you can set that up in it, that part partially up in advance, but also it does it's important that you know what the open price or the EP is and what the stop loss is, the SL, when you get the alerts.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
That's it.
Well, on that note, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up today's Imaginators call, unless anybody else has something to add. I think we're good. And Arthur, once again, thank you so very, very much. Everybody give
You're
a
welcome.
hand to Arthur. He's helping us, okay? What a leader. He is helping us to become better. And, with his guidance, Joel's guidance, Robert's guidance, step by step, we will all become winners and trade stars.
Yes.
All right. So now look for on YouTube tomorrow that there might be something going on with Matt, and he may update us on some of the AI stuff tomorrow, approximately 1:00. Look for the information. We'll probably send it out from the YouTube channel, and or look for it tomorrow around 1:00 and join us for that, as well as our normal stuff going on. And thank you all so very much for being a part of today's Imaginators. So if you want to save the information in the chat, there was I posted, I believe, 3 links in there to help you move forward. Go ahead and click the 3 dots in the meeting chat next to Imaginators. Then click on Save Chat. It will download to your computer once we have finished. Got to give shout outs to Sandy Baker, Lisa Marie Cook, Peter and Linda, Melody Ryba. Also a big shout out to Matt Hollis. I know he's not with us today, but he is our executive producer. And we appreciate you, Matt. Love you. Robert, if you're watching us on the replay, safe travels. We look forward to hearing great things from Hungary and Eastern Europe. And want to thank you for joining us. And we look forward to doing more next time. Break legs, everybody, as we say in the acting world. And I'm going to go ahead and open up, unmute everybody so that we can all say so long for now and have a fantabulous week to everybody.
Bye, guys. Have a
Bye.
nice
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks,
Imaginators.
Rock, brother.
Have a good
Bye.
Sunday.
See you in
Thank you all
Dallas.
so very much. Arthur, Mike, Lisa Marie, Karen, Melody, Peter and Linda, Scott. I see the 2 of you. Well, the 3 of you. Jamie, thank you so very, very much. Daniel, thank you for joining us as well. And thank you all so much.
Bye, guys.
Take care, everybody. Have a great Sunday.
Thank you.
You too.